Okay, here's a little video of my progress I've made here on my XTM Mammoth ST. I guess you can call this a Pro. I upgraded the chassis. I did the rear chassis mount. I think I did everything except for the shock towers. Maybe I forget if these shock towers were just on the ST and they had like thicker aluminum ones or something on the Pro, but yeah, everything else is pretty much the same. I just put the 2-speed trans back in. I did new transmission center mounts that I've had for a long time. I cleaned up the brakes, all of this, everything in here, including the side of the pipe, all over the place, just slinging diff fluid everywhere. And it's because of these. I fixed it in the rear. These are what go through and seal through there, you know, to drive this, of course, when everything's together. But these seals on this seal inside of here through these little O-rings. These are, I think, 3mm by 1mm, if I remember that correctly. And what I did for the rear is I just took little strips of Teflon tape and probably wrapped that about like 3 or 4 times in each groove. And then this O-ring sealed up and it kind of spaced it out a little more. Boom, when you popped it in there, it was a nice, even put some diff fluid on it before I put it in. It's perfect. When I tried to do it to this, these were drier. I guess I haven't been in the front as much as the rear, and the diff fluid was all over the chassis, of course, and these broke. They're actually snapped, so that sucks. So I'm waiting on the replacements. I think they're coming tomorrow, but I just wanted to share what I had going on with this thing because I've been watching a couple videos and one guy just posted some stuff on it, and I figured, hey, if people are still messing with them, I'll do a little video of what I'm screwing with. I even got the aluminum diff case housing covers, and I spaced that with a shim. That really makes a big difference in keeping those diffs together, because the original plastic ones, they'll flex because the pinion driving the whole ring gear, it ends up pushing it up. So if you shim that down a little, that keeps everything tighter. And I actually bring the pinion gear out with, I believe these shims right here is what I use. I'm not sure exactly what size they are, but I bring it out pretty far to get it right up against the edge of the ring gear. But that's probably the biggest weak spot, in my opinion, on this, or at least it was a problem until I started smartening up on it over the years. I bought this thing brand new from the hobby shop, and yeah, I did brand new rear drive shaft. I've had this thing since it pretty much came out. I don't even know how many years it's been. New outdrive, new center breakout drives. Those were pretty hard to find. I got the new rear diff case on it. Redid the rear. This thing's been sitting for probably 3 days since I've been working on it. I mean, not a drop. Everything dry as a bone in there. Exactly how I want it to be. This whole rear, everything soaking wet when I took this apart. So I knew that was a problem that needed to be resolved. But I'll be in there again and I'll do the O-rings on that next time. But that thing's good for now unless it shows a bunch of signs once I get it started. Yeah, that brace in the back though, that's really game changer on these, along with this chassis, if you're going to be doing anything serious with it. This is the power plant right here, the OS30. I like this engine. This thing puts out a lot of torque. I got purple Mugen clutch shoes on it. And then I heard another guy on another channel saying that with his like 32 or whatever on it was sucking a lot of gas. So that's why I bought that big boy. I think that's 390 cc. It was either 190 or 390. I'm not a CC reader. I think it's 190 or something. But anyway, that tank, you fill it, you get 2 runs out of it if you want. So the tank's good. Steering's pretty fast on it. I got some like bullshit one that I bought way back. What is this? It doesn't even really have a label on it, but it's actually pretty decent for the truck. So the tank got a slew of parts here. Working on getting this diff together. The rear, you know, decent. I got this pipe, inline pipe exhaust kit. The gaskets on this were hard as hell. This was leaking. It was actually sealed pretty good on the back of the motor. As you can see, I cleaned it up a little, but it was not like all wet and dirty there. Where everything was wet was from this center slinging diff fluid all over. So now I'm not going to worry about that with this if this works smoothly for me. Which you can see this thing butter. I mean, the brake's dragging just a tiny bit, but that's fine because it's going to wear a little bit. I want them tight. The wing mount, I did this years ago. I don't know where I got it, but it's very cool. That really makes the truck a lot better when you flip them and they get back on the wheels easier. These rear axles I put on it, love them. It had a cool little cap screw after you set the pin in there, and that just covers it up. I think it's a nice finish. The front doesn't have it, but yeah, I'm setting this aside for now. I'll get that O-ring kit. If I don't like the 2-speed, I'll go back with this. I've got more gears coming, more pinion gears. I've got a 19, 21 second gear. I've got a 14 on it right now. I ordered a 16, so that's going to be fun. Ordered new rear drive shafts. Those are the tires I'm running on it. These are the AKA. I believe these are the, yeah, I-beams. I've had these for so long. But I've kept them from sitting on the ground. Hasn't got flat spots, luckily, and they haven't dry rotted. But yeah, there's the pipe. Nothing special, just something I ordered to have with that motor that wasn't the stock XTM one. I believe I still have that pipe too. But yeah, there it is right there, my XTM Mammoth. I'm gonna get it running. I'll put a video up. It seems like there's a couple people that are still messing with these things. I watch all the videos with them, even the old ones. So we'll see what happens with it when I get it running. Hopefully it'll be something special, something I can bash around for a little bit, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I mean, I just bought a freaking Arma Creighton 8S. I've already messed up the servo on that and replaced it. This is servo on it, I replaced that. I'll make another video of this thing, but it is huge. Alrighty.